Am I the asshole for refusing to take stuff down in my room? Backstory. I, F23, live with my roommate F22, in an apartment. It is a pretty big apartment with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. We each have our own room and we use the extra bedroom for a guest bedroom. We each decorate our bedrooms as we want and we don't argue about that aspect of it. Recently, my roommate said that her parents were gonna come down for the holidays. I was completely okay with that. I was going to my parents for the holidays so I didn't mind at all. Until she told me I had to take the decorations down in my room. I have pride flags, some provocative posters, witchy stuff, among other things in my room. I didn't see why and she said it was because her parents are very conservative. I told her that it was my room. I will keep my door closed and why would her parents be in my room anyway? She said that she just didn't want her parents seeing that. I told her I will lock my door, but I will not take all of my decorations. I spent a lot of time, effort and money, buying and putting up and risking tearing my posters and stuff. She told me they will still find a way in my room. I asked how why would they want to go into my room anyway? She threatened me and said she will move out and she knows I can't pay the rent myself. My friends are saying she's the unreasonable one because why would her parents be in my room? I don't know what to do. Am I the asshole?
Not the asshole, 100% not the asshole. If her parents want to get into your locked room and complain about your space, charge them. They have no right to be in a place you legally pay for. That's what I would. You pay for your room. Decorate it however you want.
Not the asshole. She is basically telling you her parents will snoop on your room and break in if they need to. Not only should you lock your door, you should set up a camera. As for her threat to move out, she's free to do that. She is not free to control your room. If it comes to her leaving, just remind her she is still responsible for the rent if she is on the lease.
Your house. You pay rent. You roommate is a total R. Look for a new roommate. You are not the asshole. Tell her you come out wearing full pride gear if you want to push this. Who TF she thinks she is?
Not the asshole. Insisting her parents will find a way into your room is both nonsensical and creepy. Definitely don't take down any of your stuff, lock the door to your room when you leave, and consider finding a new roommate ASAP.
Unambiguous, not the asshole. What does she mean when she says parents will find their way into your room? Like by accident, or will they just not care and wander? Irrespective of the things in your room, that is another huge issue. They have no business going in there, and if you indicate that, your roommate should respect that.
Not the asshole. I wonder if your roommate's parents plan to inspect the entire apartment to ensure their daughter is living according to their standards. If your roommate were to deny them entry to any part of the apartment, they would assume she is hiding something and insist on finding out what that is. If the parents are unhappy, whether because they couldn't see your room, or because they saw it, they might insist on moving your roommate elsewhere. The problem with this scenario is that no matter what your roommate tells her parents, and whether or not they see your room, she is screwed. Unless, of course, you take your decorations down temporarily. Ask your roommate if this is what she's worried about. What you do is up to you. She told me they will still find a way in my room. Well, then they are not allowed to come visit. It's my apartment too, simple as that. Not the asshole, but I suggest putting up a camera inside your room for potential evidence and starting to look for a new roommate. Not the asshole. Your roommate has issues and there's no reason for her parents to come into your room. But watch out, I have a suspicion your roommate might try to take your stuff down if you don't do it yourself. Not the asshole. There's no reason for her parents to see into your room, and even if they did, they don't live there so get no say on how things are. She's threatening to move out. Cool. If she's on the lease she still has to pay her half regardless of whether she is there or not, so if she wants to pay double rent until you find someone or your lease ends, that's her issue.
Find a new roommate ASAP then. Her parents don't belong in your room.
Not the asshole. Your roommate sounds extremely controlling. Even if her parents are as conservative as she describes, that's for her to deal with because they're only at the apartment because of her. Maybe her parents are ragingly abusive and intolerant Oz who would make her life miserable if they knew that you've got liberal values. Or maybe she's overblowing the whole thing. One way or the other, this isn't your problem, aside from the fact that you need to start triple locking your bedroom door. Absolutely not the asshole. This is ridiculous. Start looking for a new roommate whether she makes good on her threat or not.
Not the asshole. Sorry, your friend is putting you in this situation. She doesn't have a right to tell you how, or what should be up on the walls in your home. But that being said, if you're in a position where she may very well go through with her threat, do what you need do too. Take your things down if it mean buying more time till you can find a new PLC or new roommate. Just make sure whatever decision you make, you prioritize yourself and do it for your sake, not theirs.
Not the asshole, but I'd try to have a conversation with your roommate. Her parents have probably controlled every aspect of her life, regularly inspecting her room, car, phone, etc. She's never known privacy and knows that a lock won't stop them. She's probably just scared and doesn't know how to express her feelings about this to you. While what she's asking you seems ridiculous, there may be some room here for sympathy, and empathy, for her. Let her know her behavior is why you refused, but you want to talk with her because this is obviously important to her and you need to understand why if you're going to help her out here. There is definitely more here than she's told you.
Not the asshole. WTF. Her and her parents need to respect your right to exist in a place you pay to live in. She's also a huge asshole for giving you that ultimatum.
NTA. Why the hell would her parents be in your room? Like, what level of insane are they that they would go into your room to make sure they approve of you? This honestly pissed me off. It's insane to a stupid degree.
Not the asshole, it's your space. A locked door will solve the problem. They have no right to invade your privacy. I'd get a new roommate.
Not the asshole. If her parents can't be trusted to not go into your room, then they shouldn't be staying over. Asking you to change your room is unreasonable. It sounds like your roommate is going to use your room when you are gone. Not the asshole. They shouldn't go in your room. Enough said. They will find a way in there. Sounds to me like your roommate has a problem with you being LGBTQ. If you are, my opinion, take them down carefully and don't use poster mounts in the future. They rip posters, use sticky putty, and look for new living arrangements. This is psychotic.
Not the asshole. Do as advised, lock your door and get a camera. I'd also take it one step further and contact your landlord about it. There may be some form of protection in your lease about the private areas versus communal areas. Also, if they try to break into your room, there's a very good chance there'll be damage to your door, so you want to warn them about that.
Not the asshole. She told me they will still find a way in my room. That's just plain trespassing to your personal space. Why would they want to find a way to your room? Wow. Did I miss something here? And yes, as with the other commentators, a camera inside your room would be necessary.
NTA, while the camera and app suggestions are fine and dandy, you need to go further. You need to get someone to rig a glitter bomb up that if anyone opens a press or drawer while you're away, they get covered in glitter. Colors optional, but I suggest the colors of the pride flag.
Not the asshole. You're being more than accommodating by keeping your door shut while they are visiting. If moving out is being threatened, time to start posting some ads and reaching out to new potential roommates. Sounds like the housing situation between the two of you will collapse sooner if not later if this is how issues are dealt with. Not the asshole. And to be honest, if her parents will find a way into your room, then I'd ask her if they should even be allowed in the apartment. Sounds like they lack respect for boundaries and believe they can do whatever they want.
Not the asshole. You can get a decent camera from Walmart. It comes in a 2-pack for $50. Can't remember if you need micro SD or SD cards to keep the recording. It will alert your phone with no longer than a minute delay. If someone enters your room, you call the police for trespassing, breaking and entering.
Not the asshole. They have no right or need to go into your room. Lock your door. Put up a camera if you can. If she moves out, she is still responsible for the rent.
Not the asshole. People in their 40s or 50s need to grow the fuck up and not act like spoiled children because someone hurts their imaginary friend's imaginary feelings.
Not the asshole. But I agree with an earlier comment that you should probably ask your friend what are the stakes here. Maybe she's freaked out because if her parents discover her roommate is not a perfect Christian girl, they will refuse to pay for her college or something. I'm obviously exaggerating, but maybe it's something along those lines. Oh look, another am I the asshole where there is no real dilemma and op clearly isn't ta.
You literally have a guest room, there is zero reason for her or her parents to be in your room. There is no reason for you to have to take anything down. If you are both on the lease, she still have to pay rent even if she moves out. Your roommate is being unreasonable in the extreme. Lock your room if she moves out, take action to get her half of the rent if possible, or find a new roommate, and when the lease is up, find someone else to live with. That isn't this manipulative and controlling? Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. But also girl. If anything, that'd make me a lil scared. Like, do they really hate the LGBTQ+ community that bad? Her reaction is very extreme, and honestly it's a big red flag for me. Not the asshole. If she believes her parents would break down your apartment's locked door, then frankly they should not be allowed in the apartment in the first place.
Not the asshole betting anything. These are the types of parents who needs to check what type of person their baby is sharing a house with. I second the idea of getting a camera. Not the asshole. And next time her parents come over, invite them to see your room. State their child fears they will be judgmental, so this is what's in here. I'm not a weird druggie or a slob, obviously.
You sure it's just her parents visiting? It sounds like maybe she has other people coming as well, and since you are gone, she wants to use your room as another guest room.
What you could do, if you want, is tell her that you will do it, lock your door before you leave, and just tell her on your way out that you did it. How would she ever know? Of course, the real issue is that she shouldn't be telling you to do it.
Not the asshole. She threatened me and said she will move out, and she knows I can't pay the rent myself. It's ridiculous she thinks she has this level of say. I would call her bluff. She can move out all she wants, but if she is on the lease, she still is required to pay. Alternatively, you could put out an ad for 1 or 2 new roommates and cover her portion of the rent that way. Not the asshole. You're both way too old for this shit. If her parents are dicks, she needs to grow a spine.
They are bringing more guests and want to use your room.
Nope, not the asshole. You pay rent, your room is your space, she gets no say in what is on your walls, and her parents certainly don't. Get a cheap security camera and set it up before you leave. If you have the mental ability, I am not crafty enough for this, but I love to see it, Home Alone your room.
This is not a show and tell session at school. Only you should be allowed in your room, no one else. RM's parents have no right to snoop. Get a lock and deadbolt and a camera for security purposes.
Not the asshole. $20 she wants her parents to sleep in your bed.
Not the asshole. Your roommate sounds like a toxic person, only my opinion, please don't get mad at me. Tell her that she is being unreasonable and that her parents won't go inside a locked room because that's invasion of privacy.
Not the asshole, and call her bluff. Start interviewing new roommates ASAP.
Lock your door. Put a camera up and also put on a doorknob alarm. There are alarms that people usually use for traveling. You hang it on a doorknob, and if anyone touches the knob, the alarm goes off. So as soon as her parents start trying to get in your room, the alarm will get set off. You can also set up an Alexa on guard mode, and it will notify you as soon as it hears an alarm. That way you can be proactive and call your roommate and tell her her parents may trying to get into your room.
Not the asshole. She and her parents have zero reason to go to your room. It's your private space you pay rent for. Call her on her bluff, tell her to terminate her tenancy over RHE decorations you have in your room. Pretty sure it's just empty threats. Not the asshole. What country are you in? Can you not tell her you are uncomfortable having people over because of COVID?
Not the asshole. She is planning on letting her parents into your room and maybe even use it while you aren't there. Big red flag. Get a new roommate or move out yourself. I know easier safe than done, but can you trust her when alone in the apartment after this?
Info: is she normally okay with your decorations and stuff and a reasonable person? Having strict and conservative parents can be very hard to comprehend from an outer perspective. Maybe she is just panicking from the idea her parents could see that somehow and see the devil in her. You should talk to her why she is so unreasonable. Make sure she understands that they won't get to your room when it's locked. But maybe she and her family really are psychos.
Not the asshole. On another topic, the only women I've known that had parents do this, why is this a behavior that happens, are the ones who the parents pay, reimburse the adult child the full amount of rent. might be far-fetched, but don't underestimate the entitlement of homophobic parents with a financial leash on their kid.